The Washington Post is reporting today that President Trump told his aides early last year to find a way to pay for his wall without Congress because he knew lawmakers probably would not give him the money. Well, aides suggested declaring a national emergency, but White House attorneys warned there would be an uphill battle in the courts. Now, President Trump justified his declaration by claiming there's a crisis at the border. Well, yesterday, our Jim Acosta challenged those claims.
There's a lot of Department of Homeland Security data out there that shows border crossings at a near record low.
That shows the numbers that you gave are wrong. Take a look at our federal prison population. See how many of them, percentage-wise, are illegal aliens. Just see. Go ahead and see.
A minority are illegal aliens, just for fact's sake. Republican strategist Brian Robinson, former Democratic Party chairman, Scott Bolden here, both of them, welcome back.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Brian. And let's put the stats up on border crossings. We have those going back to 2000. The president seemingly does not believe his own Department of Homeland Security. This for the back to 2010. Let's flip into the next few years. You see 2018 at 396,000. Going back to 2000, they were up past 1 million.
These are still pretty big numbers, Victor. I don't on a real numbers.
Well, compared
look around you.
Compared to 1.6 million more than a decade ago, 396,000, they are not huge numbers.
And what was happening a decade ago, Victor? We were in the middle of the Great Recession, and that was causing a lot of this, economic migration. To some degree, you're seeing some economic improvement in some of Latin America, but nevertheless, this is still a huge hit for the people moving up across the border, and those are still very big numbers.
You're answering a different question.
It's a big impact on our communities.
My question is, why didn't he believe them? Big numbers. That can be relative. I mean, if you compare them to what we saw in the earlier part of the last decade, they're relatively small, but you can make that argument if you choose. The president says they're wrong.
How much illegal immigration is okay?
Well, that's a different question. The president, why did the president believe the numbers from the CBP, believe the numbers from the Department of Homeland Security? He says they're wrong. They're not wrong. He just doesn't believe his own government?
Look, what he's talking about is stopping the flow over the border, and for some reason Democrats don't care about doing it. And whatever numbers he uses, we can look around and know that we have a serious problem in this country.
You know, when the Republicans say that Democrats don't care about their border and drugs and alleged criminals coming across, it's just nonsensical, because every Democrat cares about this country, and if you care about the border, the number of people, what a number is number. These immigrants coming across the southern border have every right to be here. As a matter of law, if they come there and they apply for asylum, then we've got to address that legally. So all Democrats want border security. What we don't want is a wall that borders on the nonsensical or makes no sense. Statistics and based on the law and the military issue and what he's about to go to court. That clip with Jim Acosta and that exchange, core of what's going to happen in court, and the numbers are going to be the numbers. It's not going to be a political statement by Donald Trump.
Scott, Nancy Pelosi said down that a wall, this is a quote, a wall is an immorality between countries. Well, Democrats, just many of them, supported $1.375 billion for another barrier. So is a fence less of an immorality to Democrats?
Well, there are a lot of security reasons why parts of this border have these fences, and most of that 1.3 or portion of it is going to go to repair those fences, repair those barriers.
But so there will be 55 miles of extended of new border,
and you have
a new barrier.
Well, yeah, you have that already. You have portions of that 55 or whatever the number is that have fencing for security purposes.
No, this is new barrier covering the border. Is that immoral?
It's immoral. The idea that you would put a wall up to block people from coming, black and brown people from the southern border, to lock them out when they have every right to either immigrate or seek asylum in the U.S. is immoral. There is no number.
That's open borders
then.
That's just open borders. But to say that to block people when they want to walk
it's not open borders if I'm at another country and I want to immigrate here. Whether I do it appropriately or not, once I get to this country, I can apply for asylum. The president and DOP doesn't believe that they're fleeing war or poverty or a negative economic life where they are. And so they have every right to come in. That's not open borders. We want people to come here legally. If they come here illegally, we want them to be able to apply for asylum and to be here like everyone else.
That
Why do
distinction-
black Americans get a bad rap or have this negative
that
political
distinction of
energy
asylum is
everybody
important
else?
because
Why do they have to be these
illegally.
asshole countries?
Go ahead.
Here
Quickly
illegally,
finish it. Yes.
because they are here illegally. And I appreciate what A. Scott just did there. He just told the truth of what the Democratic position is, that whoever shows up here at our border has a right to be here. No,
As a
they
matter of
do
law, they
not.
have a right
They
to
do
come
not have,
and
they-
apply
no.
for asylum.
We have
That's an
the
important
law.
distinction. That's an important distinction that you didn't offer at first.
Exactly.
You said that it would be immoral to block people who wanted to walk into the country. Now,
I
once you
didn't- I don't
added
think I
the
said that,
but
but
you
I certainly
added
didn't
asylum.
mean that.
You added
Exactly.
asylum. That was an important distinction.
and I said
Which is
that
not what we're
twice.
dealing. Which is not the main problem in this country. It's not people seeking asylum.
Yeah.
It is people coming here for jobs. And they're coming here illegally. They're living in the shadows.
Wait a
But
minute,
they are
they
coming.
have a right to
When
come.
they present themselves at the border, they often present themselves for asylum.
We're not
They
wanting to
come as
build
fa-
we're not wanting to build a wall to stop people who are trying to come in legally through the portals of entry.
They're not
we're talking about
sophisticated
people
enough to
trying,
do that,
We're
though.
talking
So
about
they-
people coming here illegally. Oh, they're very sophisticated.
They are.
We gotta wrap.
Poor people, poor black and brown women,
All right.
children,
Look
and
what
men.
happened.
The
Scott,
majority of them are.
Look
Brian,
what happened.
We got to wrap it here. I apologize. We've actually gone over time. Brian Robinson, A. Scott Bolden, again, always enjoyed the conversation.